In the gospel today, we see an example how Jesus never rejects an invitation from anyone, no matter who they are or what they've done or where they are in their faith journey. Even an invitation on the Sabbath at one of the leading Pharisees' house, which to us would be the equivalent of being invited to walk through a minefield. Because when Jesus arrived, there was not just a few Pharisees and their families, but also scholars of the law, and a man with dropsy, which is a swelling of the arms and legs due to excess water accumulation in the body. They brought this guy in from who knows where and placed him in front of Jesus, not as a guest, but as a trap. And then observed Jesus carefully to see what he would do. And of course, Jesus healed the man and sends him on his way free from his affliction. But the really thing that needed to be done, the real healing that needed to be done, was among those whose minds and hearts were closed to who Jesus was. So Jesus asked them questions about if it was lawful to heal on the Sabbath, which really perplexed them because they just went to silence. Because out of the 39 specific categories of things that weren't allowed on the Sabbath, along with all the subcategories of that, healing had never been addressed before, because no one but Jesus had ever healed anyone before on the Sabbath or any other day. So the Pharisees and the scholars of the law found themselves in uncharted territory without a compass. And Jesus took the opportunity to teach and show them the way, the truth, and the life. Now, we aren't told how many of those at the dinner came to believe and follow Jesus, but we do know from other parts of the Gospels that there were Jewish leaders who did believe, although some in secret, all because Jesus showed up and is always willing to accept even the slightest invitation to enter into our hearts. Jesus is available anytime, anywhere, no matter who we are or what we've done. He never gives up on anyone because he loves everyone infinitely the same. And this may come as a surprise to some of us here, but the truth is, Jesus didn't love his apostles more than he loved the Pharisees. And he doesn't love Catholics more than he loves Protestants, or the Pope more than a bishop. He doesn't love priests more than lay people. And although Jesus obviously has a special affection for deacons, he still loves us all the same. And that's because love is not something that Jesus chooses to do. Love is what Jesus is. So he can only love one way, and that's all the way. All the way to the cross and beyond. The Jewish leaders in the gospel carefully observed everything Jesus said and did, just as all of us should do every day and in every way. And soon we will invite Jesus to dinner, where his body, blood, soul, and divinity in the appearance of bread and wine will truly be present with us here on this altar. We may not be able to see or feel how much any one of us can be changed as we enter into Holy Communion with him and each other at this Mass. But we can be assured that any space that we open in our hearts to receive him, that Jesus will fill that space with his grace to overflowing. And he does that so that wherever we go, Christ goes with us. And with him being within us, we can affect everything and everyone around us. And at the end of Mass, when we adore Jesus exposed in the most blessed sacrament, we can continue to observe him from our inside out and our outside in simultaneously. And like the Apostle John, who laid his head on Jesus' chest at the Last Supper, We can listen to Jesus with every beat of our hearts saying, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you. This much. So go and love one another.